ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। बोलिए श्री वेदव्यास भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। We are into this 36th day of 36th day of this Vedanta Shravana Sadhana Yajna of Bhagavad Gita through the lens of Bhagavan Sri Adisankaracharya. We are in chapter 7. In the previous chapter, Bhagavan said, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. That yogi is a very great yukta tamaha. He is the greatest among yogis who among all the yogis, madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate ya. The one with shraddha. Shraddha means intense faith. Yes, there is that Ishvara is within, and holding on that belief or holding on that understanding the truth with a lot of firmness. There is no looseness in the belief. There is no looseness in the understanding. That is Shraddha. Completely immersed in the truth. Bhajate, the one who serves me, yaha mam, same yukta tamaha. I consider that person as the best among all the yogis. Then he also says, Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna. Therefore be a yogi Arjuna, is Bhagavan Shri Krishna's suggestion to Arjuna. Iti prashnabhijam upanyasya swayameva idrisham madiyam tattvam evam madgatantaratma syat iti etat vivakshuhu. He says, you madgatena antaratmana. Who is that madgata towards whom you should reach as a yogi? And who is that I? Is Bhagavan is explaining here from the point of view of Ishvara. Who is that Shakti? Who is that Supreme Lord to whom you should surrender and also serve? That is being explained in this chapter 7. And from this chapter 7 to chapter 12, with chapter 1 to chapter 6, the Karma Yoga aspect. Karma Yoga means quietening the sense organs, quietening the body, and keeping a very steady body for contemplation, making it ready for contemplation and meditation, is being explained in chapters 1 to 6. And from chapters 7 to 12, that Ishvara to whom our devotion goes to, the qualities of that Ishvara. Where can we find that Ishvara? In what forms can we find that Ishvara? What happens when we give our devotion to Ishvara? What happens to those people who do not think about Ishvara. What happens to all of them? Which is explained in these 6 verses, 6 chapters. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan says, what does he say? Maya Saktamanaf Partha Yogam Yunjan Madashrayah Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yatha Jnasyasi Tachrunu. Mayi, in me, asakta manaha, the one who is attached, the one whose mind is attached to me. Attached means thinking about me. Asakta manaha, partha, yogam yunjan, and the one who is in the path of yoga, like integrating the body, mind, and intellect, and trying to make everything into one pointed concentration towards that Bhagavan, Ishvara, Mad Ashrayaha, the one who has surrendered to me, son. If the person is indeed in that manner existing, Samagram Mam, Samagram, the one, the me who is complete. There is no parts to me. There is only one Ishvara, and that Ishvara is myself, the self. Yatha asamshayam nyasyasi tat shrunu. How will you know that Ishvara without any doubt? There is not a layer of doubt in the knowledge of Ishvara. Know that means by which you can know that Ishvara. Tat shrunu. Listen, Arjuna. Shrunu means with the ears we listen. When Bhagavan says listen, it means listen with one pointed concentration. Don't allow doubts to come in. Don't allow disrespect to come in. Don't allow jealousy, anger, and hatred to come in. Don't allow the distractions of the worldly desires to come in while listening to who I am. Because the most important thought in the world is to know who is that Bhagavan. Yatha jnasyasi tat shrunu. Bhagavan Adisankaracharya says, Mahi vakshyamana visheshane parameshware asaktam manaha yasya sa mayasakta manaha. Hey Partha, O Arjuna, the son of this universe, the son of this earth, Prithvi Tattva, king, Vakshyamana Visheshane Parameshware. Mayi means that Parameshwara who is in me. Why does Krishna talk about that Parameshwara in himself and not as Arjuna? Here at this point, at one point in the Mahabharata, towards the end of his lifetime, Krishna says he calls upon Arjuna to Dwaraka, and he comes to know of his own end is coming, and then he tells the people he sends word through Uddhava to the king Ugrasena, saying Arjuna is me and I am Arjuna. So that is what Krishna is thinking about Arjuna. So there is no duality here. But at this point, Arjuna is the student because his mind is confused. He is listening to Krishna. So when he talks of that Mai as the self, he cannot give the example of Arjuna because Arjuna is distracted completely. And Krishna is speaking from that wholeness. So he says, Mai Parameshware Asaktam Manaha. The mind which is engaged in me, that supreme self, Yasya Saha, Yasya Sa Maya Asakta Manaha. So the first verse, the first words of the first verse is being explained. The one whose mind is engaged in me, Hey Partha, O Arjuna, Yogam Yunjan Manas Samadhanam Kurvan, the one whose mind is integrated, Mad Ashrayaha, the one who is surrendered to me, the one who has taken his complete, given his complete body, mind, and intellect towards knowing me and serving me, Mad Ashrayaha, Aham eva Parameshwara Ashrayaha Yasya Sa Mad Ashrayaha. What does that word Mad Ashraya mean? The one who surrenders to me means I am that supreme self. And surrendering to that self, which is supreme, is called ashraya, or taking refuge. Yaha hi kaschit purusharthena kenachit arthi bhavati sa tat sadhanam karma agnihotradi tapaha danam va kinchit ashrayam pratipadyate. The one who strives to do something in this world. Purushartham means there is dharma. Dharma means trying to collect good qualities around me, trying to deliver my responsibilities, my duties in a very responsible manner, and following the essence of what I need to do in this life, whether I'm a man or I'm a woman or a father or a brother or a husband or a sister or a daughter or a teacher or a lawyer, whatever my work may be, delivering my duties and responsibilities. That is dharma. Kenachit arthi bhavati. Sir, for following that dharma, tat sadhanam karma, they take up certain actions. Here the actions mentioned are Agnihotradi tapaha danam va kinchit ashrayam pratipadyate. They take refuge in certain actions, whether in doing Agnihotra karma swaha idam namama with the samit and the agni and the ghee, they offer into fire, or they do tapas. Tapas means to engage in certain kinds of austerities, like not taking food at certain periods of time, or doing very difficult austerities with the physical body. Tapas. Danam is giving certain gifts to others, offerings to others. Vakinchit ashrayam pratipadyate. They take refuge in these ways. Ayam tu yogi mameva ashrayam pratipadyate hitva anya sadhana anantaram mayi eva asaktamana. So mayi eva means here the yogi is taking refuge only in Ishvara, only in Bhagavan. He does not take up any other forms or means to achieve his goals. That's what Maya Saktamanaha means. Bhavati Yaha Tvam Evam Bhutaha San Asamshayam Samagram Samastam Vibhuti Bala Shaktya Aishwaryadi Gunasampannam Mam Yathayena Prakarena Nyasyasi Samshayam Antarena Evam Eva Bhagavan Iti Tat Shrunu Uchyamanam Maya. So Arjuna is one such person who has not now, as we remember in chapter 2, after Arjuna talks about many ways by which he should not fight this war, and then he is not getting any favorable response from Krishna to agree with his words. And finally Arjuna says, Akarpanya doshopahata svabhavaha पृच्छामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढ़ चेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नं कार्पण्य दोषो उपहत स्वभावः. My mind is overcome by self-pity and I do not know the reality, the truth. I ask you, dharma sammudha chetaha, my mind is also not having any clarity about what I need to do and what I should not do. Yat shreyasyat, whatever is the best for me, you decide, Krishna. Shishyaste aham shadhimam tvam prapannam. I am your disciple. I am your shishya. So Arjuna surrenders to Krishna, and so Bhagavan Shri Krishna is now acknowledging that, and he says, you are such a person who does not take recourse to other actions to follow the Purushartha of Dharma, Artha and Kama and all that. Dharma means to deliver your duties and responsibilities. Artha is to seek wealth. Kama is to fulfill our desires. So you don't seek other venues. You have surrendered to me, Madashrayaha. So therefore, Samagra Mam, completely, Vibhuti, Bala, Shakti, Aishwaryadi, Guna Sampannam. I will talk to you about the qualities of that Ishvara, about that Parameshvara, Vibhuti, the manifestations, Bala, the strength of that Parameshvara. When we know the strength of that Ishvara, our devotion to that Ishvara becomes more. It is very important. It is not only important to, even if we hear somebody's name, we will not have so much of trust or faith. But when we hear all their great qualities, all their powers, all their strengths, and all their glories and greatness, then our love, the mind's love for that individual becomes more and more. Here, the love for Bhagavan, in order to increase, Bhagavan says, I will explain my powers, my manifestations, my leadership qualities, and my other qualities that I have. Prakarena jnasyasi samshayam antarena evam eva Bhagavan iti tat shrunu uchyamanam maya. So I will talk to you so that there is not an iota of doubt in your mind about who really I am. This I refers to that Supreme Self, Parameshwara, not the name and form of Sri Krishna, but the one that transcends the name, form, and qualities of Sri Krishna, that Supreme Self. Second verse, Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshataha yajñatvaneha bhuyonyat jnatavyamavashishyate. Arjuna, I am going to tell you Jnanam. I am going to give you the knowledge. Te aham savijnanam, along with its application. Knowledge is knowing what is a flower, the stamen, the pistil, the petals, the sepals, the dissection of a flower is knowledge. But Vignanam is when you keep the flower in your hand, what is that softness? What is that experience of softness you get? What is the fragrance of that flower? What does the fragrance of that flower do to you? What kinds of feelings it invokes in you? That is Vignanam. Jnanam te aham savijnanam. In the same way, knowledge of Ishvara is to know his qualities, to know his greatness, to know his manifestations. Vijnanam is having the ability to feel that greatness within oneself. Vijnanam idam vakshyami. I will talk about it. How I am going to talk about, not perfunctorily. Asheshataha, not leaving a little bit. I am going to tell you completely, Arjuna. Yat jnatva na iha. Why should you know this? Why should you know the greatness of that supreme truth, that supreme Ishvara, that supreme Bhagavan? Yat jnatva na iha bhuyaha. Why do we want to know something? Why do we want to keep knowing something after the other? Our thirst for knowledge never rests. Every day in the morning, especially in this day and age of mobile phones and all that, early in the morning, many of us, we have the habit of switching on the mobile phone, going to the YouTube and checking out what are all the latest videos which have been posted 9 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours earlier. And what is the latest news? We want to keep knowing something. Why do we want to know? Because we understand that we don't know something, and to fill that gap, we want to know it. We want to know and fill that gap of not knowing. Here Bhagavan says, you're going to know something after which there will be no need to know anything at all. There will be no gap in the mind. There will be no space in the mind. There will be no missing factor in the mind which will want to make you know something later. Yat jnatva, after knowing this Ishvara, after knowing that supreme truth, there is nothing else to be known in this world. Jnanam te tubhyam aham savijnanam vijnana sahitam swanubhava samyuktam idam vakshyami kathayishyami asheshataha katsnena. I will talk to you completely that knowledge is A for apple is knowledge, but taking the apple and having a bite of that apple is Vignana. Katsnena. So knowing Bhagavan through some words is knowledge, but having the real experience of Bhagavan, the presence of that Bhagavan in our life is Vignanam. Tat jnanam vivakshitam stauti shrotuhu abhimukhi karanaya. Why is Bhagavan talking so much about that jnanam? Why is he praising that knowledge? Because when you praise something to someone, it is a method that is used in the Shastras to praise something. Why is it used? When we praise something, the mind will become more focused. The mind will want to know more and more about that thing. So that is the reason why something is praised. This, even our little children will know at home. So when they want something from their mother, they will praise the mother first. If you really see, when they are quietly having an opportunity to talk to their parents and they're asking something, it is from the father or from the mother, they will first praise them and then they will come to the point. So here Krishna is praising that knowledge so that Bhagavan is creating that interest to know about Ishvara in Arjuna. Yat jnatva, yat jnanam jnatva. After getting which knowledge, na iha bhuyaha punaha jnatavyam purushartha sadhanam avashishyate. After knowing that is this Bhagavan, this Ishvara is the means for our purushartha, our goal in life. What is the goal in life? Ultimate goal in life is moksha. We want, we take up to so many means to attain goals. Here, Ishvara is the final goal in life. When we know who that Ishvara is, we don't need to know any other means by which we can achieve our purushartha, our striving towards the end. Avashishyate. Na avasheshaha bhavati iti mattatvajnaha yaha sa sarvajnaha. The one who knows the tattva, the essence of Ishvara, is sarvajnaha bhavati, is the one who knows all in this universe. There's nothing else to be known in this universe. Ataha vishishta phalatvat durlabham jnanam. This knowledge has got a very special use, special function. So this knowledge is very rare. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of that Ishvara. That knowledge I am going to give you, and he is really uplifting the gains sought by this knowledge so that Arjuna will concentrate and focus more and understand. Katham iti uchyate. How is this knowledge very great? Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschinmam vetti tatvatah. He says, Arjuna, why is this knowledge so great? It is not that everybody strives to get this knowledge. And even if they strive, it is not that they get to attain this knowledge. And even if they attain this knowledge, it is not so easy to know me. There are very, very few rare people in this world who get to know who I am. Manushyanam sahasreshu. Sahasra means 1,000, but here infinite number. Infinite. Ananto vai sahasraha. Sahasra also means infinite number. Amid an infinite number of people, kaschit yatati siddhaye. There are very, very rare people. Kaschit means one person. One person among the multitudes strives to achieve, to know the truth of who that Bhagavan is. Yatatam api, even among those people who strive, siddhanam, the adepts, even among those people who strive, kaschin mam veti tattvataha. People may strive and people may attain to some knowledge. But that knowledge will be something or something else about the world. Of even if it is about God also, even if it is about Ishvara also, Ishvara's greatness, Ishvara's glories, the powers of Ishvara, the qualities of Ishvara, everything around Ishvara they may know, but they may not know me. Kaschin mam veti tattvataha. Among those multitudes who even make an effort, there may be only one person. And even among those few people who make an effort, it is very, very rare that somebody knows truly who I am, to have a true understanding of who I am. Manushyanam madhye Sahasreshu Anekeshu, among thousands of people, among many people, Kaschid Yatati Prayatnam Karoti. Very few people take the effort to know, because all of us, we are all engaged in fulfilling our sense pleasures in the world. We love to eat the latest food. We love to go to that hotel, which is even 10 kilometers away, for the best coffee possible. Or somewhere we would like to go to some far off place to enjoy the scenery and beauty of that place. We will spend thousands of money, and we will spend a lot of our time and resources to enjoy many things in this world. Nobody, very, very rarely are those people, rare are those people who really want to know who is that God. Anekeshu Kashchit Prayatnam Karoti. They don't do the effort. They don't take the effort to know who is God. Siddhaye Siddhyartham. Tesham Yatatam Api Siddhanam. Among those people who strive also, Siddha eva hi te ye mokshaya yatante. Even among those people who strive, there are so many people who go to temples these days. Temples are very, very crowded on Pradosha, Ekadashi, Vaikunta Ekadashi, Shivaratri, on Gayatri, what is that? Gayatri Havan, this Avani Avittam, and Makara Shankaranti, Sri Rama Navami, or Sri Krishna Ashtami, Gokula Ashtami, and all these functions, Deepavali, temples are all crowded, which means people do go to meet who is that God, Ishvara, wherever they are, or they do pujas and homas and havans, everything is being organized. But Tesham Yatatam Api Siddhanam, Siddha eva hi te ye mokshaya yatante. If you ask them, why are you doing this? They will give many reasons. Some will say, I want to pass in the exams. I want to crack this very difficult exam. I want to get that particular person to marry me. I want this love affair to, manifest itself. This whole YouTube is a sensation, this manifestation. If you just click that word, you will get thousands and crores of videos on manifestation, with crores and crores of people looking at those videos. Manifesting means they want some specific thing. They want so much of money. They want to have a particular person in their life, or they want a particular situation in their life. They want something or the other they want, and towards that only they try to know who is that Ishvara. Nobody really seeks after freedom. I want to be free from the cycle of birth and death, which means I want to know the truth of who that Ishvara really is, or what that self is. That is moksha. Yatante tesham kasyadeva mam veti tatvatah yathavat. Even among those people who strive for liberation, very, very few people really know who I am, because even in the path of liberation, there may be many potholes and landmines where they may get stuck because of lack of purity of mind. The possibility of being sidetracked and distracted is very, very high. So, yathavat, as I am, very few people know. Shrotaram prarochanena abhimukhi kritya aha. So, to create enthusiasm in the listener, Bhagavan now completely begins to give an explanation about the manifested form of his own self. भूमिरापो नलो वायुः खं मनो बुद्धिरेव च अहंकार इति यं मे भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा. My prakriti, my power, my manifestation is of 8 types. Ashtadha. Prakriti means prakarshena kritam, well made. Over centuries and centuries, over many, many yugas, whoever I am manifested in this world has been created. And what has been created? My creation, Prakriti, What are they? Bhumi, they are eightfold. 8. Bhumi, earth. Apaha, my creation, water. Analaha, so Bhumi, Apaha. Analaha, fire. Anilaha, air. Analaha, Bhumi Rapo Analo, Vayu is a fourth one, which is air. Kham is space, 5. Manaha, the mind. Then Buddhi, mind means the oscillating mind with likes and dislikes. The knowledge plus the 5 sense organs, the knowing plus the 5 sense organs, oscillating with likes and dislikes is called mind. Buddhi is knowing plus the 5 sense organs, but very decisive. What is the difference between manas and buddhi? There is this ice cream, that ice cream, this hotel to go, that hotel to go. Finally, you fix, I want to go to this hotel and I want to eat this food. The many choices are shown by the mind, presented by the mind. The decision, that decisive thought is a buddhi, and that is Ishvara. That is a prakriti of Ishvara, creation of Ishvara, buddhi. Then ahamkaram, the I, the one who says I, one who identifies with everything. It is I who is doing this. It is mine, it is my body, it is my mind, it is my intellect, it is my hunger, it is my thirst, it is my friend, it is my enemy, it is my favorite food. I and mine, whatever, wherever we identify all the time, that is our ahankara. That ahankara is also the power of Ishvara. Iti yam me bhinna prakriti ashtadha. My prakriti, my nature is divided in these 8 forms, in these 8 ways. Me, mine, iyam, this. Prakriti reva, maya, the power of my power is of 8 types. Jalam, Bhumi is earth, Jalam is water, Agni, fire, air, Vayu, Akasha, Kham, Manaha, mind, Buddhi, intellect, Ahamkaram, I. We don't need to, when you say Ahamkaram, we should not think of pride. This ahankaram is a very simple word. Even a small child says I, mine, mine. That ahankaram is the notion of I, the thought of I, which we constantly use. That is Ishvara. There are 8 forms of this prakriti. Bhumihi iti prithvi tanmatram uchyate na sthula bhinna prakriti rashtrada iti vachanat. So when you say bhumi, it is not the manifest earth that you see beneath our feet outside. It is the tanmatra. Tanmatra means the sense organ of nose is experiencing the smell. That smell is the tanmatra of the earth. That is I, says Bhagavan. And then the sense of taste, which is the tanmatra of water. Tanmatra means the essence of water is taste. If there is water, wherever there is water, there will be some taste. So that is Ishvara. Taste is Ishvara. The smell. So here the interesting thing is, smell is Ishvara, taste is Ishvara, then the sense of heat is Ishvara, the sense of touch is Ishvara, the sense of hearing is Ishvara, the tanmatra of space is hearing. Apaha analaha vayuhu kham mana iti manasaha karanam ahankaraha grihyate. So we should understand the mind as ahamkara, buddhi iti ahankara karanam mahatattvam, and intellect is the cause of the ahankara, which is the mahatattvam. Ahankara iti avidya samyuktam. So here Bhagavan Adisankaracharya says that when you say mind, you should understand it. The cause of the mind is ahankara, or the I thought, and ahankara iti Buddhi iti ahankara karanam. The cause of ahankara is the mahat tattva or the buddhi, and ahankara is avyakta, which is united with ignorance. What is ahankara? What is avyakta? Is the unmanifest. What is that unmanifest? In a very simple terms, when you say I go to sleep at night and we say I don't know, that I don't know thought is unmanifest, and that is ahankara. So every time when we go to sleep at night, where do we go to sleep? We go to sleep in our ahankara. And what is that ahankara? That is one of the powers of Ishvara, one of the 8 powers of Ishvara. Yatha Visha Samyuktam Annam Visha Uchyate Evam Ahankara Vasanavat Avyaktam Mula Karanam Ahankara iti Uchyate Pravartakatvat Ahankarasya Ahankara eva hi sarvasya Pravritti Bijam Drishtam Loke. Just as a plate of food that contains poison, even a little bit, we conclude that the whole food is poisonous. In the same way, everything, all the 8 aspects of Prakriti, which contains ahankara or the avyakta, is one of the manifested powers of Ishvara, which is ignorant, which is, so everything is considered ignorant. Everything is considered polluted with that ahankara. Iti iyam yathokta prakritihi me mama ishwari maya shaktihi. But that prakriti is not affecting that purusha, that Ishvara, that Bhagavan, because he is a controller of that prakriti. A snake charmer, or the one who knows how to extract the venom from the snake's mouth, that person is not affected by the venom, or rather the snake is not affected by its own poison. But a person who does not understand how to handle a poisonous snake can be affected. So in the same way, Ishvara, who contains this ahankara as his power, is not affected by that ahankara, but it is only affecting the individual being who is not aware of it. Ashtada bhinna bhedam agata. So these are all my 8 forms, says Bhagavan. Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. So Bhagavan is talking about who he really is. The 8 forms of his Prakriti. He says, these are my 8 forms of Prakriti. They are my Maya Shakti. Other than that, other than these 8 forms, apara, something is which is lesser, itaha tu, more than this anyam, there is something else, yaya idam jagat dharyate. This world is being supported, tam jiva bhutam. I will talk about the jiva me prakrutam param vidhi aparana para nikrishta ashuddha anarthakari samsara bandhanatmika iyam. This prakriti is not para, it is not supreme, it is only apara. And what does it do? This prakriti is ashuddha, it is not completely pure, it is anarthakari, it can cause a lot of disturbances in our mind. Samsara bandhanatmika, this prakriti can entangle us into this samsara, meaning the movement from birth and death. Itaha asya yathoktaya tu anyam vishuddham prakritim mama atmabhutam vidhi me param prakrishtam jiva bhutam kshetrajna lakshanam prana dharana nimitta bhutam he mahabaho yaya prakritya idam dharyate jagat antaha pravishtaya. Other than this prakriti, there is something else that supports this whole universe, that is not a lower form like this prakriti, that is greater than this Prakriti. Know about that, O Arjuna, says Bhagavan Shri Krishna. And he talks about that supreme truth which is within this Prakriti and which is the one that is bearing this world, keeping this world alive. Etad yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadharaya aham kritsnasya jagataha prabhavah pralayasthatha. Etad yonini bhutani. Etad bhutani yonini. With all these portals of earth, water, fire. When we say earth, water, fire, air and space, we have to understand the subtle elements of smell, taste, touch, feel and hearing. Through these portals, upadharaya, no Arjuna, tatha kritsnasya jagataha, this whole world, this whole universe, prabhavaha, I am the one who is causing the rise of this universe, pralayaha, I am the one who is causing the sublimation of this universe, aham, I am that person who causes the universe to rise and who causes the universe to go into its original state of unmanifest. Etad yonini, ete para apare, kshetra kshetrajna lakshane. Kshetra means the field, the sense organs of perception and their tanmatras, meaning seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling and touching. Kshetrajna is the one who is able to see, the one who is able to hear, the one who is able to smell, the one who is able to feel, and the one who is able to see, hear, taste, smell, and touch. Prakriti, yonihi esham bhutanam tani etad yonini bhutani. So these sense organs are the means. Sarvani iti evam upadharaya. No Arjuna. Yasmat mama prakriti yonihi karanam sarvabhutanam ataha aham kritsnasya. Know how my powers are the cause for this whole universe. Samastasya jagataha prabhavaha utpattihi, creation of this world, creation of this universe. Vinashaha, destruction of this universe. Prakriti dvaya dwarena, para prakriti, apara prakriti. Apara is not so great, meaning the sense what is it? The sense or organs, the powers of the sense organs, the tanmatras, and para prakriti is that which controls the powers of the sense organs. Prakriti dwarena aham sarvagnya ishvaraha. I am that sarvagnya, that Ishvara, the one who knows everything in this universe and the cause for every manifestation and dissolution in this universe. I am that Sarvagnya. Know that to be me. Yataha. Why is it so? Tasmat. Because mattaf parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. Mattaha. It is not a boasting or bloating by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He is talking about the essence of that reality of the self called the I. In his context, in the context of Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, we can understand that Bhagavan is talking about himself. But what is that himself is, it is ourself also. When we are saying the same words, it is referring to the self in us, the I in us. Mattaha parataram nanyat. Mattaha parataram. There's nothing greater than me, the self. Na anyat kinchit asti. There is not even a little bit greater than me. Dhananjaya. Oh Dhananjaya, there is nothing greater than me. Mayi, in me, sarvamidam protam. In me, everything is being connected. How are they connected? Sutre manigana iva. Like the beads are connected to the string within. In the same way, everything in this universe, all the sense organs of seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and touching, everything that the mind can know, everything that the intellect desires, and everything that the eye identifies with, everything is connected to that self. Manigana iva. Mattaha Parameshwarat Parataram Anyat Karanantaram Kinchit na asti. There is no other cause. Don't go for cause hunting. What is the cause of this? What is the cause of that? Why did this person do this? Why did that person do that? Why did that person retaliate? There's no greater cause than Ishvara. किंचिदस्ति न धनंजय न विद्यते अहमेव जगत कारणम इत्यर्थः. I am the cause for this universe. I am the cause for whatever that happens in this universe. I am the cause for the dissolution of the universe also. Hey Dhananjaya, yasmat evam tasmat mayi parameshware sarvani bhutani sarvam idam jagat protam anusyutam anugatam anuviddham grathitam ityartaha. Many words to explain that everything is tied together in me. If you see this whole picture on your screen, either you're seeing it on a mobile phone or on your laptop, there are so many things that are there in the wall. Pictures, photographs, wall hangings, and which have different messages and objects which you can see, but everything is very beautifully coordinated in this one flat screen. So in the same way, everything in this universe is integrated in that one Ishvara, in that one Bhagavan. Hey Dhananjaya, yasmat evam tasmat mayi parameshware sarvani bhutani sarvam idam jagat protam anusyutam. Many words for how they are connected with each other. The objects may be different. That may be a picture, this may be a smaller picture, this may be made of wood, that may be made of plastic, this may be made of fiber, or that may be made of cloth. There's so many different things, but everything is connected in that one screen, which is made of glass. Whether it is on my computer, on my mobile phone, or on your computer or mobile phone. So in the same way, the objects, the qualities, the people, the situations in this world are of many types, are of many consistencies and differences, but everything is coordinated into that one Ishvara. Kena dharmena vishishte tvayi sarvamidam protam iti uchyate. By what means are they all different, and by what means are they all connected? We will see that verse tomorrow. Om sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om asato ma sadgamaya, tamasorma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om purnamadav purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vashishyate. Om shanti Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye. Har Har Mahadeva. Hari Om.